Very good morning, dear students. Welcome to Learning Radius. Welcome to Learning Radius X 2021 exclusive analysis session. Let me brief on what is Learning Radius X 2021 UPSC analysis session. Then today we'll be looking into national issues exclusively. In UPSC 2021 Learning Radius X discussion, I wish to relate UPSC 2020 preliminary question paper with 2017, 2018 and 2019 in order to understand the trend, in order to understand the change in the nature and character of the questions. Aspirants should have a clear understanding about the nature and character of national issues questions. Then only you will be in a position to understand, then only you will be in a position to read and understand the real content required for UPSC. In this session, I would like to relate national issues questions of UPSC. As like I mentioned, 2020 I will be explaining in detail. 2020 questions of national issues I will be explaining one by one. We'll be looking into the questions one by one. We'll be looking from where that particular question came. We'll be looking into the question paper. At the same time, we'll be looking into the current affair of that particular question. And we'll be relating how UPSC is changing a current affair into a question. That's a major work of UPSC 2020 X session. After understanding the national issues in that particular manner, we'll be checking from which all topics UPSC framed the question in 2017, 18 and 19 to have a better clarity in connection with national issues.
The trend of national, when you look from 2017, it was somewhat direct. Right from 2017, when you take, I still remember 2017, the first question was related to Vidyanjali Yojana, Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, and all. They asked directly, what is Vidyanjali Yojana? What is Unnat Bharat Abhiyan? Now that is not the case. So 2017, when you look, they asked about Vidyanjali Yojana, Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, National Skill Qualification Framework, National and Infrastructure Fund, National Career Service, Soil Health Card Scheme, Recognition of Prior Learning Scheme, Smart India Hackathon 2017, Digital Single Market Strategy, National Nutrition Mission, Domestic Content Requirement, Prohibition of Benami Property Transaction Act 1988, National Pension System, Quality Council of India, Small Finance Banks, Unified Payment Interface, Broad-Based Trade and Investment Agreement, Indian Ocean Naval Symposium, Asia Pacific Ministerial Conference on Housing and Urban Development. So most of the programs and policies they added in 2017. So 2017, I still remember students commended. So study all the programs and policies, the direct way to get all national. But UPSC changed it in a very beautiful manner. I will show that in 2020, what type of question they asked. And some questions are giving astonishment related to the framing of the question. 2018, they asked about Aadhaar card, they asked about rule of law in text, they asked about application programming interface, they asked about Right to Education Act, they asked about the Food Safety and Standard Authority of India, National Food Security Act, Digital India, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, Organic Farming in India. And those who are from exclusive areas, North and all I know. So I'm going with English and I hope things are okay for you. And since it is a pan-India discussion, the Learning Radius team strictly conveyed that to me. I had to go with English itself. I can't mix Hindi in between. So the students with a Hindi background, I know in future, in our discussions, we'll solve it. And right now I have to go with English itself. So organic farming in India, 2019, there were 8 topics. It was related to petroleum and natural gas regulation, management of minor minerals in India, the Compensatory Afforestation Fund Management and Planning Authority, General Data Protection Regulation, particularly vulnerable tribal groups, Indian Patent Act, Industrial Employment Standing Order Central Amendment Rules 2018. So when you look into the questions and topics of 2017, 18, and 19, in national, you can see most of the programs and policies as it is incorporated, like Vidyanjali Yojana, Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, National Skill Qualification Framework, National Infrastructure Fund, National Career Service, Soil Health Card Scheme, Recognition of Prior Learning Scheme, Smart India Hackathon, Digital Single Market Strategy, National Nutrition Mission, Domestic Content Requirement, Prohibition of Benami Property Transaction Act, National Pension Scheme, Quality Pension System, Quality Council of India, Small Finance Banks, Unified Payment Interface, Broad-Based Trade and Investment Agreement, Indian Ocean Naval Symposium, Asia Pacific Ministerial Conference on Housing and Urban Development, Aadhaar Card, Rule of Law Index, Application Programming Interface, Right to Education, Food Safety and Standard Authority of India, National Food Security Act, Digital India, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, Organic Farming in India, Petroleum and Natural Gas Regulatory Board, Extended Producer Responsibility, Management of Minor Minerals in India, Compensatory Afforestation Fund Management and Planning Authority, General Data Protection Regulation, Particularly Vulnerable Tribal Group, Indian Patent Act, Industrial Employment Standing Orders Rules 2018. One thing I want to clear, related to national, international, and all current affair topics, you should understand, as like before you require clear current affair understanding. As like before you should have clear current affairs fundamentals also. At the same time, you should have an idea how UPSC relate current affair while framing a question. That's the third step. If you don't have that clarity, you may think I studied a lot of current affairs and I didn't get the questions. And I'll show that in 2020, there was India's national policy on biofuels. A question from India's national policy on biofuels. There was a question on solar water pumps. There was a question on coal-fired power plants and coal ash. So there are 3 exclusive questions. There is another 20 questions which I placed in economic and social development. Tomorrow morning, we'll start with economic and social development. And don't miss the session. That is very, very crucial. Environment, ecology, economic and social development. If you are missing this 2, then civil service will be hectic. If you are getting, you'll be getting that 50 questions and you'll be crossing 100. If you are getting that 50, you will be crossing 100. So economic and social development, environment, ecology plays a very significant role. Today we'll do with environment, ecology, and tomorrow we'll do with economic and social development. Let's come to India's national policy on biofuel. There was a question. Solar water pumps, coal-fired power plants, and coal ash. Just 1 second related to, for example, this is the question. What is the purpose of Vidyanjali Yojana? In 2017, that was a trend. What is the purpose of Vidyanjali Yojana? Next question. What is the aim of the program Unnat Bharat Abhiyan? All that changed, A, B, C, D, all that changed. And now don't think that UPSC asked in that particular manner. All that moving slides we'll discuss in July 12th onwards, don't worry. Now, when it comes to 2020, we asked the question, according to India's national policy on biofuels, which of the following can be used as raw material for the production of biofuels? Cassava, damaged wheat grains, downut seeds, horse gram, rotten potatoes, sugar beet. Then they are having clear options. 1, 2, 5, and 6, 1, 3, 4, and 6, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here, our discussion, when you look into cassava and damaged wheat grains and rotten potato and sugar beet, that is the answer. That is 1, 2, 5, and 6. Now, when it comes to the background, the explanation of why that answer, I'm not getting into. There was an article right from 2018 onwards regarding the cabinet approves new biofuel policy. Hindu newspaper on 16th May 2018, you can see the Union Cabinet on Wednesday approved a national policy on biofuel that seek to not only help farmers dispose of their surplus stock in an economic manner, but also reduce India's oil import dependence. Again, in detail in that policy, sugarcane juice, sugar containing minerals like sugar beet, sorghum, starch, all that discussion is there. In 2020, that is the thing, it's a connected. Biofuel developed from non-edible waste seed. There was an article on Hindu newspaper in July 2020. So the national biofuel policy and its discussion started in 2018. And in 2020 discussion, you can see IIT Guwahati team also find industrial use of chemicals from the discards. Biofuel developed from non-edible waste seeds, and there is a discussion. UPSC framed a question from the national biofuel policy, and look the beauty of the question. Cassava, damaged wheat grains, and a person who have an understanding groundnut seed is not there, they can come to the answer, that is elimination, which I teach you later. Just look to the slides very closely. I'll just give a tip of elimination very closely, and it is confused. Just understand that groundnut seed is not there. You know that third thought, groundnut seed is not there in the discussion. If groundnut seed is not there, 3 is not there. If 3 is not there, B is wrong, C is wrong, D is wrong. Without knowing anything, you came to the answer. This is what called elimination. This we teach in detail. I hope it's clear. This capacity should be there in the mind of an individual to solve the question. So regarding that biofuel, and the second one with reference to solar water pump, consider the following statement. Solar power can be used for running surface pump and not for submersible pump. Solar power can be used for running centrifugal pumps and not the ones with piston. And both the statement as such is wrong. It's, you know, we have discussed much. But when you look into the discussion, right from June, July onwards, in entire newspaper, you can see throughout India discussion of solar pump scheme. At the same time, there were discussion of Kusum also. Tamil Nadu relaxes rule for solar powered pump scheme. But in this article, there was no discussion related to the capacity of a solar powered pump. That is the requirement of an aspirant. When you read a particular current affair, when you read a national program, government expands scope of PM Kusum for harnessing solar energy by farmers, then it is the duty of the aspirant to know about what all are the various chances of utilizing the solar energy, and solar pump is in discussion, and we should have clarity what is solar pump. The ministry has amended the guidelines of the scheme based on the learning from its implementation during the first year and official statement related to PM Kusum. In PM Kusum discussion, in the third paragraph in the newspaper, now besides fallow and agricultural land, solar power plants can also be installed on pasture land and marshy land of farmers. There were discussion like. The third one, always UPSC asks coal. Consider the following statement. Coal ash contain arsenic, lead, and mercury. Coal-fired power plants release sulfur dioxide and oxides of nitrogen to the environment. High ash content is observed in Indian coal. Comparatively, in easy question, all the statement is right. But there was a controversy right from the side of the opposition. Jairam Ramesh slams rollback of green norms of coal plants. The Hindu from 13 June 2020, you can see in June, July, there was discussion about the coal plant and its pollution. Government under pressure from power producers, says Congress leader, and the environmental issues related to the coal were there in the discussion. So they framed a question not related to the controversy, not related to that discussion. They made a question related to coal, and that was related to the environmental issues of coal, the coal ash content, and the capacity, sorry, the characteristic feature of Indian coal, that is high ash. At the same time, there was a discussion of Telangana power project related to the same coal environment and coal issue. Regionally, if students from Hyderabad may be thinking, so this was related to that, okay, fine. It was related to, but nationally, there was a discussion related to the coal issue. So back to the discussion, relate these three topics. That is national biofuels with cabinet approves new biofuel policy, then solar water pumps, And the third, that is related to PM Kusum and the program by the government solar powered pump scheme. And the final one is the issue, the controversy.
Dear aspirants, we had a detailed analysis of national issues. We checked what's the character of national issues questions in 2017, 2018, 2019, and we understood UPSC asked around 19 questions in 2017, around 10 questions in 2018, and again 8 questions in 2019. So national issues is very, very important. At the same time, understanding the character from which areas UPSC is asking the question, that is very important. I had done that work in the total discussion. Keep an eye on that. In our future current affairs sessions, we start from July 12th with the help of material, with the help of discussions in this manner. We'll try to explore ourselves. In UPSC, you should explore yourself. In UPSC, don't spend time not to find yourself. In UPSC, you should spend time to explore yourself. Finding yourself is basic degree or basic PG work. Exploring yourself is UPSC preparation. Don't be the product of your circumstances. In this particular scenario, to be the product of circumstances, anybody can be a product of circumstances. Don't be a product of your circumstances. Be a product of your dream and desire. You can, my dear students, and you will. Once again, I always tell, calm version is the most productive version. In civil service, current affairs preparation, calm version with right mentor matters a lot. Once again, happy learning, happy reading, have a peaceful and productive learning. Thank you. Thank you all.